What's up, y'all? It's DJ Brian. You're listening to The Driving on TBS efm 101.3. We're now in the middle of the week and the first Wednesday of 2013. Now, a lot of you guys, and New Year is already here, but did you know that 2012 is still around for a lot of countries right now, especially because it's the Lunar New Year is coming up soon. So that means in certain countries, it's still 2012. That's right. And it's still the 12th month of 2012 till next month. February 10th on the solar calendar will be the New Year's Day on the lunar one. So don't be breathing sighs of relief just yet, because that means 2012 could still be the end of the world. Just joking! Because technically the Mayan calendar was predicted on the regular solar calendar, not the lunar calendar. So, the first song we're going to play for you guys today comes from the 1987 film Who's That Girl?, which starred Madonna. I bet you didn't know that Madonna has been making films since back then. So, this song is sung by none other than Madonna herself. So here's Who's That Girl from the Who's That Girl soundtrack. Check it out. Welcome back to The Drive-In on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. I'm your host, none other than Brian Ju, and we always like to hear from our listeners. So here's a few ways to get in contact with us. You can call the studio at 02-778-1013 or simply send us a text at sharp 1013 for a charge of 51, or send us an email at efmdrivein@gmail.com. Or you can tweet us, because Twitter is the best way to get in contact with us. It's the easiest too, at efmdrivein. And also we have a message board on our webpage. Just go to tbsefm.soul.kr and scroll down the program list to see the Drive-In. And if you have any requests at all from songs from movies or TV shows, please let us know. Or even a simple shout out. It means a lot to us here. Now it's time for the scene of the day. But before we get into that, I got some Twitter comments. Y'all thought I was gonna read no Twitter comments. I'm trying to trick you. It's 2013. Get on track. Anyways, we have some new listeners too. There's some new names I haven't read here for a while, and some old names that haven't been around. So we have them from Ebony. She wrote, "Hope everyone in the studio had a wonderful New Year's Eve. I did, because I got to listen to EFM Driving." Well, thank you very much. I know a lot of people had a day off on New Year's Eve. You could have been out, going to a ski resort, partying, but you stayed around and stuck with us. Thank you very much. Brian Ju Canada wrote, "Happy Wednesday. Glad to hear your awesome voice." Well, thank you, Brian Ju Canada. It means so much to me, and I'm glad I could be here for you guys. Also, Ayuko wrote, "Happy New Year's. Now playing TBS EFM The Drive-In." Well, thank you very much, Ayuko. I'm assuming you're listening from Japan. We have from Brian Ju M Japan. Actually, it's all in Japanese. Oops. So I can't read that for you guys right now. We have one from, there's so many. 지선영. She wrote, 서울에는 눈이 온다니 부러워요. 부산은 원망하시는 눈이 잘 안 오는데 하얀 눈이 오는 새해 첫날 아침에 브라이언 라디오라 너무 로맨틱하고 멋지네요. 새해에도 멋진 모습 기대할게요. 감사합니다. Yes, she's tuning in from Busan, but she's saying that she heard about the snow in Korea, or in Seoul. Yes, it snowed a lot last night. I was very surprised. So, thank you guys. Jisun Yang, thank you for sending your tweet. But right now, it's time for the scene of the day. Now, today's scene comes from the 1990 film Back to the Future Part 1, 2, Part 3. Yes. A lot of people really liked Back to the Future, especially me. And we're really worried that the series wouldn't, continue to make sequels, especially after Part 2 came out in 1989. Part 2 had good special effects and set designs, but the story wasn't all that great. So people thought that the only purpose of Back to the Future Part 2 was to bridge the gap between 1 and 3. Well, 3 is a really good movie. And in this one, Marty McFly, played by Michael J. Fox, is sent back to the year 1885 to rescue his friend, Doc Brown, played by Christopher Lloyd. But you might also remember from these movies that the McFly family always had been bullied by the Tannins, especially Biff Tannen. Well, in 1885, the Tannen bully was Buford Tannen, and he decides to hang Marty from the New Hill Valley courthouse. Let's find out what happens in the scene. Yeah, Doc Brown to the rescue. Yes, Doc Brown used his high-tech rifle to shoot the rope that was around Marty's neck, rescuing him from certain death. Yes. But then Buford has also, he has some words for Doc Brown, threatening to kill him which he will eventually do if Marty can't stop him. But the time machine is out of gas and there's no gasoline to go back. Especially in 1885, they can't get gasoline. Where are you going to get gasoline in 1885? So Marty and Doc need to find a way to get to the time machine to get up to 88 miles per hour so they can go back to 1985. Will they be successful? Well, that's for you to find out, so watch the movie if you haven't seen the movie. So let's hear a song from the film. Here's Double Back by ZZ Top. Once again, that was ZZ Top with Double Back from the Back to the Future Part 3 soundtrack. And coming up on today's show, it's Wednesday, which means Musical Wednesday is back here on At the Drive-In. And usually before that, we have Eugene, who joins me in the studio for Behind the Screen. But he's unavailable today, y'all. So all y'all Eugene fans on the radio right now, we're very sorry. He's unavailable. So today, since we didn't get to talk about Musical Wednesdays last week, this week I'm gonna do a very much longer Musical Wednesday. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. And that's gonna be right after intermission. So stay tuned. Alrighty. So right now I'm gonna read some more Twitter comments. We have one from Serena Chong. Happy Thursday. I want to request Back to the Future: The Power of Love for all to tune in. Thursday. I thought it was Wednesday. Serena, it's Wednesday. I hope. Are you confused? Just letting you know. Keiko wrote, love Back to the Future. Thank you very much. Who else do we got? We got Momoko. She wrote, I started at the beginning of the day. Your voice is my happiness. Aww. Thank you very much that I can bring happiness to your life just by letting you listen to my voice. So right now we're going to go into the next song request. And the next song request is from Rhea. And it's a song from the movie August Rush, which came out in 2007. And August Rush is about a musical prodigy searching for his mama, yes, his mother in New York. And I love this film. I love films like this because it, kids looking for their moms and their dads, it just shows what they, their interest and they want to know about their past and where they really come from. So here's a song from the movie, and this is by John Legend, and it's called Someday. That song was a request by Rhea. It was from the August Rush original soundtrack, sung by John Legend with Someday. And right now we're going to go into the next song we're going to play for you guys, and the next song is from the Korean drama My Girl. And this drama aired in 2005 and it stars Lee Dae-hae, Lee Dong-hook, Lee Jun-gi, and Park Si-yeon. And it's considered one of the best Korean dramas ever in Korean, still in the top 10. And the song that I'm going to play for you guys right now is sung by Mario, and this is the song Never Say Goodbye. Welcome back to the Drive-In. And usually we would have Mr. Eugene Huang in the studio doing Behind the Screen with me today. But he's going to be here on Friday. Today he's unavailable. So before we start with Musical Wednesdays, today's going to be a little bit longer than usual, I want to read some more Twitter comments for you guys because we have a lot of listeners today. And I know a lot of people in other countries are claiming it's really gloomy today because it's either snowing or raining. But in Korea, it's actually beautiful today. It's freezing, but beautiful outside. We have one from Ebony. She asked me, how was your New Year's Eve, Brian? Well, to be honest, my New Year's Eve was I want to call it like Hollywoodish. I had a party for a lot of my friends that I work out with and then personal friends from church and everything. And it was a great turnout. It was one of those parties where I told friends they could invite anybody. And it was about 20 people I invited. But it ended up being like 75. And the whole floor at this I call it a lounge. We were sitting there. It was just a fun night because I told everybody to dress fancy, and it felt like an award show after party. Everybody, the girls had all their spangles on, skirts, beautiful dresses, guys, ties, bow ties. It was really fun. We just had a great time with friends, and it was a friend of ours' birthday. And if you're listening right now, Kat, happy birthday again. January 1st was her birthday. So my New Year's Eve was spectacular. It was fun. I hope yours was fun as well. We have one from Mouse. She wrote, hey, Brian, I wish I would snow in North Carolina. Just a lot of rain this winter. Aw, well, let's keep praying for it. You know what? The winter's still here. So let's hope that you guys get some snow instead of gloomy rain. And right now I want to tell you guys about a little information about my birthday coming up. Yay! Brian G's birthday is actually on January 10th, which is a Thursday. But I will be having a birthday party on the 11th from 8 p.m. till about 10 p.m. And the doors open at 7:30 in Hongdae at a venue called V Hall. And I'll be doing some songs and hopefully have some celebrity friends as well. My personal friends and fans, you guys are all invited. And it's not, you can't pre-buy tickets for this event. You have to come to the door and it's like a first come, first serve thing. So hopefully you guys can all come. Overseas fans in Korea, please come and celebrate my birthday with me. That's January 11th on Friday. And for more information, follow our company at Twitter. It's at Brian_J1. That's at Brian_JONE. Yes, and that's where you'll find information. Right now, we're going to go into Musical Wednesday. Today's musical is actually an adaptation of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, and it's been modernized. So it was written in 1950s. Instead of the Montagues and Capulets, it's about the Sharks and the Jets, who are ethnic gangs in New York's West Side. And I'm talking about none other than West Side Story. Yes, the Sharks are a Puerto Rican gang, and the Jets are a Polish gang, and they're struggling for control over the neighborhood. Well, Maria, the sister of Bernardo, who is the Sharks' leader, and also she falls in love with Tony, who is a member of the Jets. Very similar story to Romeo and Juliet. Don't you agree? And the problem is her family has already decided who she's going to marry. And of course, you know, Maria is falling in love with Tony. And since the Sharks are an immigrant family that come to America to look for a better future, she actually goes to Tony more, you know, because they're already a family that are settled here in America. So let's hear our first song from the musical. Here's a cast of West Side Story singing America. That was a cast of West Side Story singing America. I remember this song. I remember this whole movie and musical because I saw it when I was really young. And I guess this is one of the musicals that inspired me to become an actor or a musical actor on stage, and really made me, you know, have respect and love for music more. And back to the story, it's really difficult to love someone that you're supposed to hate. But that's exactly what happens here in this musical. And there's one part where the Jets and the Sharks are fighting, and Tony ends up killing Bernardo. Yes, because it's a gang fight. He had no choice. He was trying to protect himself, and he ends up killing Bernardo. Well, Maria should hate Tony after that, but she doesn't. She still loves him because, you know, she understands that there's no control when you're in a gang fight. You know, she understands that situation. It's not like he was planning to kill her brother, and she still has love for him. So they decide to run away together. So here's a song where they profess their love together. This is Tony and Maria singing Tonight. That was Tony and Maria singing Tonight, Tonight. Something, I forget the words to the song. Yes. But I admit that's one of the songs that really inspired me to do musicals, because it's a really beautiful scene when you have a male and female duet in a musical or any song. And we want to read a Twitter message from Melanie S. She wrote, managing to tune into the show after all. And what do I hear? West Side Story. Yes, you did. That's what you were hearing right now. And we're still talking about the movie right now, or a musical. So thank you for staying tuned. It means a lot to us. And we're going to talk about the musical just a little bit more. And you know what it reminds me of? The same balcony scene from Romeo and Juliet. Do you not get to see the connection there? Romeo and Juliet, West Side Stories, very similar. And I'm pretty sure the writers or directors or whoever wrote the script did it on purpose, you know, to make the storyline similar. And I know I could sit here for hours and hours and talk about West Side Stories because it's such a good musical. It's a great love scene, you know, great connection about the gangs and the hate, love, relationship and everything. But I don't want to ruin the story for you guys. So instead of disappointing you guys, rent the movie now and watch it. It's so good. It's that good. And here's a final song from the musical. It comes in a scene where Maria's jealous friend Anita is singing about how Tony isn't good enough for Maria. Why you gotta play, hey girl? Support. Anyways, here's Anita singing A Boy Like That. That was Anita, jealous Anita. Yes, she was play hating with A Boy Like That. So, right now we're gonna go into the next song, but before we go into the next song, I wanna read some more Twitter comments. And Melody says, I think love conquers all. If I were in the same position as Maria and Tony, I'd continue my love just the way they did. Yes, Melanie, thank you for agreeing for that situation. Love, you can't really, you know, break up love. That's what it is. When you know you love somebody, even if the people around you are trying to break you up, that bond between two people, that's unbreakable. Yes. So keep that in mind. And right now we're going to go to the next song. It's a song request from 5446. And she requested a song from the 2002 movie Stuart Little 2. And this is Celine Dion singing I'm Alive. That was Celine Dion with I'm Alive from the 2002 Stuart Little 2 soundtrack requested by 5446. That song just made me feel so special and lively. It feels like spring's about to just burst out into this cold, cold winter air. So thank you for requesting that song. Right now, we're going to go into the next request. It's still winter, so that means that we still have winter-themed requests here on the Drive-In. And we have a request for a song from the Snowman movie. It's an animated short from 1982. And that was a good animated film that shows how kids, they can imagine, what they can, they think of when it comes to winter snowmen and what they could do with them. If you ever saw this, I saw this when I was a young kid. It was very, what do you call it? Hopeful. Like, Who can imagine a snowman flying in the air with a young child? That's something that only happens in your imagination. So, this is for Helen, who requested this song. This is Walking in the Air by Peter Audi from the Snowman original soundtrack. That was Walking in the Air by Peter Audi from the Snowman original soundtrack. And unfortunately, it's time to end the show. Yes, but stick around because we have 1013 Main Street with An Jung-hyun next. And today we're going to end the show with a request from Master C. And this is Java Jive, Manhattan Transfer, from the K-drama Coffee Prince original soundtrack, which starred Kong Yu. Do you remember this? Yes, I know the girls love this drama because they love Kong Yu. But stick around, like I said, because we have 101 Main Street next. And this is Brian Ju signing off, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.